It's right there next to me.
We're gonna rehearse and then we're gonna shoot.
No worries, whenever you're ready, man. Action.
Please don't rape me.
Breaking and Exiting is a film, it's a dark romantic comedy about choices. It's about the choices you make in life and how they can impact your life. Some choices have small impacts on where you're going and your path, and other choices can be life-changing. So the way I got involved in the project is that Jordan Hinson, the lead female character of the film, is also the lead of my first film. Basically, she came to me with a script that I read and that I loved, and we decided to just do it.
Fucking clip rang out. I told you not to get that thing. It was gross.
I always wanted to write a movie with two people in a house, you know, whether it be there's just some reason they can't leave. And I got sick with the flu for a week, and I was in bed, and I just sat down and I started writing, and I wrote it in a week. It just kind of flowed because I felt like I had a personal connection to the characters that I wrote. I think you're used to seeing two people in a strange circumstance come together. This is like beyond a strange circumstance. This is like two people whose entire life is a strange circumstance. So I think it's different in the sense that neither of them start off happy, you know? They're both kind of like lost and kind of stubborn and very strong-willed. And so I think it's different. It's a different kind of love story because it's a little darker. The comedy's darker. And it's, you know, it's just a lot of character work. It's a lot of banter between the two of them.
As far as you're concerned, this is it. I mean, why would you want to give up the one thing you'll ever have?
I just don't think it's all that great.
Don't interrupt my interview, Peter. I didn't interrupt yours.
You better be saying nice things.
I did. I already did.
No, she didn't.
I already did. Yeah. Okay.
How much did he give you?
Not enough. Not enough. You know what's strange is me and Milo, we met and it was like we'd known each other forever. I mean, we were instantly like buddies. Immediately, there was sort of a rhythm. I feel like he did something to the character that I had never even expected, you know? Like, Harry for me, originally written a little older. I never found him as likable as he is when Milo plays him. Like, he does something different. Milo has this like very cool, original sort of thing. He transformed Harry for me in the best possible way he could have, so.
Story as a whole. Jordan Hinson wrote it, and I got the script from my manager, and I read it, and it was just like a really, really nice story, you know? I mean, the beginning of it is interesting because it's like, you know, he's robbing houses, and then all of a sudden you find a girl in a bathtub and she's trying to kill herself. And, you know, they end up falling in love, and, you know, a lot of conversations and a lot of in-depth about life and what's it all about. And
The question should be, how did we come to exist, or what can we do while we're here? I mean, to ask why we're here, it's idiotic. There's no reason.
no reason.
No.
It's dark, and it talks a lot about death and you know, and depression and how unhappy Daisy is, and kind of how unhappy I am in a way. As you know, the movie goes on, you see a change in Harry, and you see that he changes into somebody that you like, maybe.
Morning, sunshine.
Fuck, my head fucking kills.
I'd offer you some painkillers, but I think you threw them all up.
Harry is effed up a lot, and so is Daisy, and so they kind of save each other in a beautiful way. And it happens to be funny, not because we're trying to, but just because the way it's written. Jordan is a very sarcastic person, and Daisy is, ultimately. And Harry is a very light character, and he's got his own motives and stuff. So it's a very dynamic relationship, and it makes it funny and cute. Kind of like helps you to see suicide under a different light and be like, okay, people can be saved, and, you know, decisions in life can have a beautiful impact on two effed up people. They can eventually save each other, so that's beautiful.
Jesus Christ, you told me all I had to do was have dinner with you. You said that was it.
Yeah, well, I changed my mind.
You changed your mind?
Yes!
It doesn't work like that.
Why not?
Because this is my life, Harry.
There's a lot of firsts on this movie because it's my first directorial debut, and I've been loving every minute of it. So it was Milo's first sex scene, the underwater pool scene, a lot of firsts. But I had some really fantastic actors, a really great DP, a really great team of people helping me.
I think it changes something for an actor when the director is also an actor, you know? And this guy right here, this guy.
You better be saying good things.
I am. Honestly, I think when you're being directed by a director who was first an actor, you know what I mean, and they dibble-dabble on both, I think it's easier for an actor to be on the same page as that person, because there's stuff that we have in common, and he won't just say something that you don't understand. He's able to say something that, you know, you understand. You're like, oh, okay, cool, okay, I'll try it that way. You know what I mean? And he also gives you a lot of freedom to do whatever you want, which I love. I love having freedom and choosing my own stuff. So.
The actors were very good, so that made my job a little bit easier. So for me as a director, because they were giving me such great stuff, I just kind of came in and shaped things here and there. But it was really fun for me also to work with the DP, Chris Hamilton, who's the shots are so beautiful, and then just really creating the angles and the shots that I wanted.
Inside the but you need him because he has a couple lines that he says while he's there.
Yeah, but I got that from here. I got that from here, yes, so it's really good coming around.
It's very much like a play. It's very romantic, but there's a lot of comedy within the situation, and I tried to keep it very real, you know, and let the comedy come out of the situations and the dialogues. I've always been a fan of 70s films, Cassavetes. I love Bob Rafelson. So about keeping these two people that are forming this relationship in the frame all the time together, you know. So I don't like. I didn't want to have a lot of big wide master shots and then coverage of overs, you know. I wanted to try to keep them in the frame together as much as possible. So we did a lot of shots that worked with dollies and steady cams where you got to follow them as they were falling in love, you know, so you're kind of a fly on the wall. And, you know, these shots kind of start out wider and they come closer and closer as the movie goes on, because these two people are falling in love, and you feel this space, and then you feel them getting closer and closer and closer.
Feels good. As soon as he goes to spin, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to go in to it, almost like I can almost go to cut the black as it goes in. And I think it'll be I think it'll be good. Let's try that.
Got it.
The audience, I think, of the film is men and women. I'm going to say target audience 25 to 35 years old, I think, because we still talk about suicide, so it's a heavy subject, but we treat it as a romantic comedy. It's very witty, and dialogue is great.
So, I mean, why do you want to kill yourself anyways?
You're joking, right?
Never mind.
You actually think I'm gonna have like a heart-to-heart with you right now?
I said never mind.
Breaking and Exiting became a family. All of us are so close.
It was a nightmare.
She almost passed out like about an hour ago. I helped her fill her water.
Yeah.
She was like a rabbit. You know when rabbits?
We went through hell and back, it feels, and it's just beautiful. Hopefully we keep on doing this over and over again with the same people.
I'm really, really excited about what I have shot. We have a few more hours of shooting, so I know we're going to get great pieces. I would like to not only make the day, but end it with an hour or two to have some beers with the crew. And then I'm very excited to get into the editing room and make a great movie for everybody to watch.
Stand by for picture.
Alexa,
go.
turn off.
We're going like that?
Huh?
Yeah, we're just